Hello, everyone. My name is Suzanne Deveau, and I live in Nanaimo, BC. I joined OnPassive in July 2020, and my friend Sharon and I decided that we needed to show the world what OnPassive tools can do for people in their business. So we basically want to showcase different types of businesses and really let the public know how amazing these products are and how they can help your business. So if you would like to book with us, please just go to the book an appointment on our page and we would love to have you. And at this point, Sharon, please take it away.
Yeah, hi. So I'm Sharon Parkinson and I live in the UK and I joined OnPassive it was in November 2018. So it's been a long time coming. We've had the company has been creating itself for 2.5 years and we're ready to launch now. So this is the perfect time for us to make the show, to showcase all of the different aspects of how OnPassive can help any business, small or large. And this is the time for us to give you the opportunity to learn more about it. So today we've got a very important guest. It's our very first guest, and he's a long-term friend of Suzanne's, and his name is called Bill Bestwick. So Suzanne, how do you know Bill? What's his background? Just before we let him in.
Yeah, well, Bill has been in hockey his whole life. He played at a really high level as a young man and ended up coaching. And here in Nanaimo, he coached every single young man that played hockey. And then they grew up and had their own kids. And then he ended up coaching their kids. And then he ran for council as well here in the city. And he would get more votes than the mayor. He is very highly respected. He's played hockey all over the States and Canada. And he's just a wonderful, wonderful man. I'm so lucky to call him my friend. And so he looked at OnPassive and saw it. So I'm really looking forward to the interview today. It's going to be fun.
Let's let him in. So we'll just go over and let Bill into the room. So get ready for some exciting information and we shall see you at the end. Hi, Bill. So tell us a little bit about your background and how you came to know Suzanne, because I believe you've been friends for a while.
Hi, guys. Thanks very much, Sharon, for having me. My name is Bill Bestwick. I born and raised in Nanaimo, British Columbia, Canada, one of the most gorgeous places in the entire planet. And I'm a sports guy. I'm a business guy. I was very fortunate and blessed to play hockey at a fairly competitive level here and went to St. Louis University, where I graduated. I returned home to Nanaimo upon graduation, and I pretty much entered the field of junior A coaching in about 1990 and never really stopped. The passion for the sport and the youth and helping others reach and attain their goals was always something that I aspired to do in my lifetime. I was a facility manager in several large venues, ice sports, entertainment related. And that is where I crossed paths with Suzanne as we were colleagues at a wonderful facility in Vancouver known as the Great Pacific Forum. And our friendship was forged then, and our relationship has remained strong and loyal since the first day that we met. And I'm very proud to call Suzanne a dear friend, and her husband, Mike. Suzanne came to me about 4 months ago, and she's extremely energetic and entrepreneurial spirited. And she said, "Hey, Billy, I think I've got something that you might be interested in. And it might be something that others in your space and in your world might be interested in too." And so I listened. And after listening to Suzanne's description of this new format known as OnPassive and all of its platforms and everything that it can do for you personally, individually, professionally, and then something that's never been able to be done through this modality is a residual income, potentially. And so I was motivated and inspired to find out more. And here I am. And I think it's a terrific opportunity for people to take into serious consideration.
Bill, it's been a pleasure being your friend as well all these years. And do you think for some of the associations, the franchises that are so seasonal, and sometimes they can lose some of their great staff when it's off season. Do you think OnPassive could, fill some of those gaps and basically provide some of the tools they need to operate, as well as, if they were fortunate enough to be a founder, provide that income on the off season? Your thoughts on
Good
different
question.
organizations, how they survive in this time, right? It's pretty tough right now.
The franchises you make reference to are, in my case, and this would apply across the board in all sports, I'm certain that we all are seasonal. We are always bottom line driven, and there's always more that can be done or needs to be done because of revenue streams that are typically impacted in the out of season. So if you rely on spectators and corporate advertising and sponsorships to get you through 12 months, when your season is only 6 or 7 months, everybody experiences those financial hardships and challenges. And with OnPassive, beyond the outstanding platforms that it presents for your small business, which is sports franchises, let's not misunderstand that business is sport and sport is business, and bottom lines are bottom lines, and owners of these franchises, soccer, cricket, baseball, hockey, whatever it is, prefer not to dip into their wallet in the off season to carry the team through until you put more bums in seats. And you still need to be able to communicate with your season ticket holders, your shareholders, your corporate sponsors. And so along with the potential to earn residual money by becoming a non-passive founder, you also have the benefit of all of the services of OnPassive that we're all now, and we're all paying for now, that now you can have a different identity with OnPassive founder membership. And we all have in our world, in our space of sports, we can drive information out through our franchises, our sporting franchises, to our seasons ticket holders and our corporates, and introduce them to OnPassive and create that relationship, because we've already forged one. And if we can help other people become founders or users, or both, then we've really served our community. We've really served our loyal fan base. We've really served our business, because we're all under one roof now. And I think it just makes sense.
I was just wondering, what would be the expenses? I know for example, for our excavating company, last year was $91,000, right? On fuel and certain things. But for a hockey club, for example, just your typical town in BC, what kind of expenses? Like obviously the rental of the building, and the Zamboni, and just the coaching, everything. Like, what would that add up to?
Sure. Well, there's various levels of sports franchises in all of, some are nonprofit, some are profit, some are, not for profit. But at the end of the day, there's 17 franchises in the British Columbia Hockey League that I was a member of for 4 decades. And teams' operations can go anywhere from $500,000 or $600,000 a year, depending on where they're located, to well over $1 million a year. And
Wow.
indeed, they don't all bring in $1 million a year. And in some cases, they don't bring in $500,000 or $600,000 a year through sponsorship and ticket sales. And so even the big teams like the NHL and the NFL, they have such great TV contracts and so on, but they put out a lot of money. And so do we at our levels. And it's all relative, but there's no question that OnPassive, through creating the opportunity for people to become a member through your team, which I'm sure you're going to get into. So if I, whatever, if the owner of team A decides to become a founder and the other 16 teams in the league decide to become a founder of OnPassive with that person, and then the coaching staffs and the management team and the trainers and the players and their families and their friends say, and season ticket holders and corporate partners go, holy cow, this OnPassive thing is pretty cool. And this is how I can keep in contact with my son. I live in Boston. I live in New York. I live in Toronto. I live in New Brunswick. And I can connect with my son and his team and the league that he plays in through OnPassive. Sure, I can do that now by using several different oversights, but I can do it through one now. And the team can run its business on OnPassive with its HR and its marketing and its communications and all of the other various platforms that a small business can take full advantage of, and then have money returned to you because you brought other people with you.
Mm-hmm.
And most sports organizations are copycat leagues. So whoever gets out first, whoever does this first, is going to be the beneficiary. And other people will also benefit because the benefits don't end with the first 1 or 2 or 10 or 100 people in OnPassive that get involved. Everybody that gets involved will benefit because they get to use this. And they're going to benefit because there's going to be people that will drive sales and customer bases that will generate passive income for the founders.
Bill, on that note, that when the door closes to be a founder, let's just say that it's in June 2021, for example. Well, what happens? Any of those people that join as a customer, because they put it out to the clients, they put it out to the spectators, said, oh, look at these products. They can join as a customer, but if they buy the full suite, they automatically become a reseller. So they'll get the traffic to their own business, they'll get all the tools, and now they're a reseller. So now they tell their business and their clients, and all of a sudden they start making an income. So Ash Mafara, the CEO, has made it so that, hey, the best deal going is the founder position, because you're going to share in huge profits from the company. But if you hear about OnPassive in June, July, August, after the founder position is gone, you can still become a reseller by purchasing the full package. And it's going to be less than, they're saying, somewhere around $200 US per month. But as a founder, that's really null and void. But it's quite an exciting time. I'm glad you laid that out that way, because it's a ripple effect in every single person in Nanaimo, where Bill and I live. They all know the Nanaimo Clippers. They're connected. Their friend plays, or their friend helps coach, or it's just a nucleus. And I had my first date with my husband at a Clippers game. Just want to throw that in there. Sharon, was there any last things?
I hope we won.
Yeah.
I don't remember, actually. I had my eyes on Mike the whole night.
Yeah, I was going to say, basically, if at the moment when you're doing your fundraising, because you must have to raise funds to cover the costs if there's not enough ticket sales, for example. So doing it this way, people, if they were buying, let's say we were going to go and buy an email marketing system, rather than going to our competitors like Aweber, using OnPassive, they're going to be putting money into the team's pockets rather than into Aweber or into Amazon and things like that. I assume that the supporters would love that. Do you think? Is that something they would definitely benefit from?
Sure. So what's really critical too for people to think that are in sports franchises that have season ticket holders that have a broad base of support that might be interested in this, you already have your mailing list. So for example, locally here, the junior A team here has a mailing list probably of 2,500, 3,500 people easily that they can send out their message to. And, if I was involved with the team still, I would include on passive founder position as an option when you purchase your season's tickets and advertising corporate package. OnPassive would be an option. I would include OnPassive for $300 or $400 or $500 or whatever the number is that works. So they're paying for it with their season's tickets and their dasher board advertising, and they get this OnPassive membership. And in a year from now, they're going to start making money off of us because we introduce them to OnPassive as part of their corporate package. And now they become a member of OnPassive, and they don't even, it's almost invisible. They don't even realize that they became an OnPassive member, but we introduced it to them and said, hey, this is something that we advocate for, that we are a member of, and we can help generate revenue for your business through becoming a partner with us on OnPassive through us. And maybe a couple of years down the road, I'm going to be able to go back and ask them for more money, because I've made them a lot of money becoming a founder with OnPassive. So at the end of the day, it's a moot point. They might not be paying anything for their advertising because we've generated them so much money with OnPassive.
Exactly.
That's how I'd be pitching it to a lot of people if I was still a part of a sports franchise.
Yeah.
Oh, that is brilliant. Thank you, Bill. That's perfect. I love it.
And I think
love it.
some people may not realize that OnPassive in the future, there will be people who use it as a fundraising exercise. So that's the key point, is that, yes, you know, you are buying tools, but you're going to reap the rewards later down the line. And if you've got a team, if you actually share with people now, then obviously that getting into profit will happen a lot quicker. So that's the key point, really. So have you got anything else you want to ask us, Bill? Why are you here? Why we've got you?
No, I just hope that
you got it.
You know, people that are interested, that they weigh the risk and the reward of the opportunity, and few opportunities like this are presented, that you have the sense how successful this platform could be. And very quickly, I went and got my granddaughters of 2 and 4 years of age dinner the other night while we were babysitting, and it cost me for junk food just under $40 for 4 of us. And I'm thinking to myself, what was the reward?
Yeah, exactly.
And there was a big risk that I was going to get a stomachache. So for me, when you think about the risk and the reward of OnPassive and the lifetime benefits and the generational benefits, people need to really reassess if they don't think of this as a terrific opportunity, and one that the majority of people can afford. That's also very cool.
Thank you. Well, that's exactly the kind of thing we want to try and push this message out to as many people in your sports industry, really, because they are hurting at the moment. My husband's a season ticket holder for a UK football club, and they've had no football for 12 months. There's been no, all right, they still have the TV rights, but there's no ticket sales. There's no season ticket sales. So you can imagine smaller clubs are even more at risk because they don't have the television rights. So there's a lot of them out there which will benefit from what you've said. So I really appreciate you taking the time to be with us tonight. And we'll obviously be in touch with you very soon regarding the next stage, which will be when we go live, which is going to be really exciting. Suzanne, have you got any final words?
No, it was wonderful. So great to have you here, Bill. And we'll have a session 2 when we're live.
Thanks very much, ladies. Have a great day.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Bill. See you later. Oh, wasn't that amazing? So Bill gave us a really good insight as to how OnPassive can help the sports industry, which at the moment is like I said, is hurting very hard, very badly. There's no income, and it's not likely to get much better, even if once the lockdowns have stopped, because there'll be spacing requirements, so they're still going to hurt. So OnPassive is going to make a massive difference to their bottom line. So what do you think, Suzanne? Did you enjoy it?
Oh, I loved it. And Bill just hit
Really
it on
good.
hit the nail on the head. It was great. And with his experience, having, been involved in sports organizations all over North America, he understands, and it's the same problem. So OnPassive offers a solution. And, they'd be smart to join as a founder before we go live, because it would mean a lot more profit for all of those franchises. However, just let's say down the road, let's say 6 months, they decide, I've got it. I've heard about these tools. I want to get them. Well, they can become a reseller at that time as well. So it's just something that you can't pass up. It's perfect for sports teams or any organization that just, you've already got the clientele. They want to support you. If they know about a great company with great tools, it's just a no-brainer. So Bill was wonderful, and this is great. It's great for our first show. I really liked it.
Exactly. So if anybody out there is in any business, so whether you're a plumber or electrician, or you're maybe a hotel, you may own a hotel, or you're a barrister, it doesn't matter, whatever industry you're in, we would love to hear from you, because we want to use these videos to target other industries. And you can obviously use the video yourself. We'll obviously try and advertise your business as well on these shows. So if you have a business, you can tell us what your business is, your domain name, and you will get some free advertising as well. So it's well worth you taking the time to go to suzanneandsharon.com and fill in the booking form and pick one of the slots, and then we'll be in touch with some further information. And we really do look forward to hearing your story and sharing it with the rest of the world, and especially the OnPassive ecosystem. So Suzanne, any more final words?
No, that's it. Over and out.
So we shall see you on our next show. Bye, everybody.